So I always wanted a guide on like how to fight. Like I played this game for like 5 years, and I always like watch YouTube videos and stuff like for the first like 3 years, and like nothing really like they helped me, but like nothing like really stood out to me. So I'm making this video kind of like for myself, like in a way that I would remember, like if I watched this video like 2 years ago, and like I watch it, then it's like for me like the best way like that I would remember. So the way I'm gonna do it is that I'm going to make it as realistic as possible. So in everything I'm gonna say is what I think about in every single fight that I'm in. So the first thing that I think about is approaching the player, like going into space, or just like if you're just walking and then you just like see the person or you hear them, so you have to approach them to kill them. So let's go from the beginning and then go to the end. So the easiest way to approach a player, what I like to do is try to not build as much as possible, only when I need to. Like, okay, let's say they're in this box, right? Not a box. Okay, let's say you're approaching the enemy. Not building. You don't need to build if you don't need to. That applies for everything. So approaching a player is like just like walking up to them like this. Like pretend like they're in here, just like walking up to them like that. So the approaching part is done. So step one is done. But if it's more complicated, like if they're in a building, you have to like you have to be careful. So like you have to like make sure you have to like check everything. And so if you're like approaching the player, then you have to be really careful of like every like little thing that they could do, like everything. So just always like being careful is good. Mm. Like okay, what I think about when I approach a player is that it's never gonna be like straightforward, like easy, like it's not unless it's like a box like this, it's not gonna be easy. But like if it's like a big building like this, it's gonna be complicated, and like you need to like know where the player is before you like fight. Okay, so approaching part is done. So the next thing that I think about like when I fight someone is approach. So approaching done, and then what type of damage am I gonna get? Am I gonna get box fight damage? Am I gonna get damage where the person's like, like running and jumping like this? Am I gonna get like like ratty damage where like I'm like camping like this and then I like jump out like that? Like, or am I gonna get like weird like am I gonna get weird like gimmicky damage? Like let's say I do this trick, right? So I do this trick, and the person like edits this wall, and I can just shoot them for free. Like stuff like that. Like what type of damage are you gonna? And the type of damage, like when you're in the fight, you need to like kind of based on the enemy, you need to like wonder like what type of damage are you gonna get? Like box fight damage, non-box fight damage, like what? Like I like, but you kind of have to go with the flow. Like you can't really go into every fight, and every fight's gonna be the same. Like you have to read your opponent, and you have to read your opponent, and like depending on what the opponent does, then that's how you get your damage. I'm gonna talk about like one thing that's in every single fight that will always like if the if you don't do this, then you're just trolling. Like if you want to win like fights, you need to like do this thing, which is called right hand peaks. And right hand peaks are like when your body's left and like okay, the person's here, right? And so you wanna like make a right hand peak and like shoot like that. So the reason why right hand peaks is better than left hand peaks is because look, I could okay, that's straight, right? But like I can barely like my whole body's exposed. So everything has to be right hand peak. So when let's say someone's in this building, right? And you're trying to like find them. You're trying to approach the player like I talked about before. So everything you do is right hand peak. So checking, right hand peak. Okay, that's a right hand peak, you know, to look. Okay, let me see if he's behind this. Like that's kind of like a right hand, like everything right hand like peeking kind of. So let's pretend like okay, so we talked about so right hand peek edits like this. These are all right hand peek edits. Like this is a right hand peek. So if you don't like even stare right, like like this is a right hand peek. Okay, if you do left hand peeks, you will lose every single fight that you will lose almost every single fight. So let me show you left hand peek edits. So this is a terrible. Okay, let's pretend like the person's in this box, right? This is a terrible edit, even though it gets the job done, but it's like 50-50. Like this is terrible. This is terrible. I mean, this is only good if you're jumping. But these are all terrible. Like don't ever do them. You're gonna die in like every single fight. Do like this instead. Like this is way better. Like these. So I talked about approaching and then what type of damage it is that you're getting. And then I talked about right hand peaks, which is universal in every fight that you always have to do in like everything. And now the fourth thing that I think about is the person's body language. Like, like okay, if you want to like win fights against even bad players and good players, especially good players, what you have to do, what all good players do, is read your opponent. So like, or read your enemy. So when you read your opponent, like let's say let's say I'm fighting this person, right? And I'm holding and they're holding like their building plan out like this, like holding the wall. That means that they're like defending. Like that means they're in defense mode. So what that means is that you can like exploit. But like let's say they have their gun out. Let's say they have their gun out, right? That means they're like in attack mode. So they're probably gonna do like an edit and shoot you or something. Also like okay, so what I look at is like the body language. Like are they looking left? If they look left, then that means they're gonna edit out. If they look right, edit out or something. If they're looking at you, they're attacking you. They're trying to like read you and attack you. If they have their back like turn like pretend like the person's here, right? If they have their back towards you, they're in run mode. So what that means is that you could just like go straight towards them and like shoot them, right? Because if they have their back towards you, that means they're not fighting you. They're not trying to run away. I mean, they're not trying to like build another box. They are trying to run away. So that means is that you can like chase them without like you can just do this instead of this. You know, like taking the wall and then editing takes an extra second. So every time they're looking away from you, that's when you can attack. That's why you know like they're too busy in their own thing. the fourth thing that I talked about is body language, like what they're looking at. The fifth thing that I always do in every single fight is I have like what my eyes are looking at is the person's body, um like I said before with the body language thing. And like how if they look right, they're gonna go right. If they look at you, they're gonna attack you. That's only useful if you have your eyes on them. So in every single fight, even if you're looking away from them, your eyes are on their footsteps, like the visualized sound effects footsteps, or their body itself. So like even if I'm like cranking like this, I'm like looking like constantly. Like if I'm building a box, I'm constantly look. It's like the crosshair. Like you need three of these things at all times, and it's you need at least one of these things, right? Is a crosshair always has to be on them, like this. Like let's pretend like he's on top of this box, or you're staring at the footsteps, like the visualized sound effects footsteps, or you're looking at you like let's pretend like he's right here, right? But your crosshair's here. You're looking at him with your eyes. So constantly looking, like even if you're like cranking like this, like crazy, you okay in Fortnite, right? The main like thing that everyone does is box fights. Because let's say you hit someone for like 50 damage. You box and they box up, right? So like what box fights is like literally the entire game kinda, like 50%. So like how do you do damage? And like what do I do? Like what do I think about when I'm approaching a box? The first thing I always do is think about the what they're gonna like edit, right? So if okay, guess what the person is gonna edit. Like I'm approaching a box. Guess what they're gonna do? If you said this edits, then you're right. They do this edit, and everyone does this edit like all the time. So I always do like this or something. Like I always do like this, and then once I do, I just shoot them or something. Approach a box. I'm constantly, like I said before, I'm constantly looking at if they have their blueprint out, if they have a shotgun out, if they're like what they're looking at, like how much they're moving. So what I do is like when I see a box, what I normally do is like do this, and then do that. And like I said before, like why am I doing this? And it's because it's a right hand peek. So when I'm like smacking, it's a right hand peek, and I get to like shoot them, right? So right hand peek. So you can you can take it safely. Okay, let's say you do take the wall. What edit do you do? So edits are very there's no one true edit that is it works for all like scenarios. That's what I used to think before. But let's say someone's in this box, right? So like I said before, what is like the universal thing is right hand peek. So let's see what we have in our arsenal. Okay, so that's right hand peek, that's right hand peek. Um you know these. And then like this is the right hand peek now because I'm using this. Okay, and so you may be thinking like just okay, so in this fight so in most fights I'm just gonna do one of these. But you also have to think about where the person is in the box. So like if they're here and then they go like this way, right? Or this way. your edit is changing. Like you have to track them and also make the right edit according to like where they are. So like let's say they're going like left to right. So like I'm like, okay, left to right, left to right. Again, he's going right to left now. Okay, so I'm tracking him. So let me just, and then he's going right now. He's on this side. So let me just, and then, um, so now he's behind this pyramid. So now he's like this. So what edit do I like? Like it depends on this. It depends on the environment that he's in. Okay, let's say he's like right up on this wall, like he's like waiting for me to do like the window edit. So like, let me just do this edit. I can shoot his feet now. Like this edit is insane. Like shooting the feet is insane. You know how I said like only like right hand peeks is the best thing? Well, also jump peeks is also the best. Is like equal to right hand peeks in my opinion. So like, let's say someone's in this box and they're like right here, or like anywhere in this area. So jump peaks are really good because you could like jump. Oh shoot, I did it wrong. Like jump and do that, or like jump and do that, or jump, and do that. The reason why jump peaks are equal to right hand peaks is because you can do damage without taking damage. Okay, let's say you're fighting a good player, and you took the wall, and then they took it back from you, so now they have it. Okay, and let's pretend like brick is the enemy's build. So to get the person's wall, what I do is I just wait for them to edit. So let's say they're doing the peanut butter edit like I said before, or a window. So let's pretend right now. So they just did a window edit. As soon as they did the window edit, I just shoot their wall and take it, and then do my thing. So shoot as soon as the person edits, shooting the wall is always good. Okay, so let's say you have the wall, do the thing that I said before, which is based on the movement you do like so they're over here now. They're back there. Let me do a jump peek. Okay, let's pretend like you just did 100 damage to someone. So I did 100 damage. I'm looking at the person's body language, like what they're looking at. And like the footsteps, like are they moving a lot or are they staying still? So he's looking at me. So okay. So when you do 100 damage, what that means, what most people think is that okay, they're running away from me now. I have to chase them and kill them quick, right? But what good players do is that when they do damage, they're looking at the person's body language. Is he running away, or is he still looking at me? If he's still looking at me, that means that like you can like they're fighting you, and you have to you have to do stuff different, or they're like you can't just chase him. If they're running away from you, that means that like if they have their back towards you, and you see that like through the like wall, then that means you could just run straight towards them. But if they're okay, let's pretend like I got hit for 100, right? So the person's over here. I got hit for 100. I'm making boxes like this, right? And wait. I need minis. So I just took 100 damage, right? And so the person's following me, but I'm also like baiting the minis, right? Like you gotta be really pay attention to the person's body language, like if you hit them 100 and the footsteps, right? The footsteps is on the visualized sound effects, right? The footsteps is like they're barely moving. That means they're probably healing. But if they're in a box and you just hit them for 100 and they're like you see the footsteps a lot, like they're going back and forth, that means that they're probably still fighting you. Like, okay, one thing that I did not talk about is the person's playstyle. So let's say someone's in this box, right? Let's see the person's playstyle, right? So, okay, he's just instantly like running towards me like this. Like he's just like going straight towards me. Like let's pretend I'm in this box, right? Okay, he's just trying to like get in, like he's just getting in. Right? That's the person. Okay. The playstyles that I named is like the really aggressive playstyle, the really like the runaway playstyle where like, oh my god, I'm gonna run away, like oh my god, like I need to build boxes and run away and grapple like this, like oh my grapple away, like that's running away. There's aggressive, there's like getting in the box, and then there's also like the box fight playstyle where the person loves to box fight, and then there's also like the playstyle where the person loves to like, not box fight, and like they just love to jump around and like, not like box. What that means is that you should probably also not build too, unless you build a little bit. So they're jumping around. So let me just build a wall, right? And just edit and shoot. So you don't need to build. If they're not building, you don't need to build that much. Like you just need to build like one wall or two. If they're a box fight player, then you just have to box fight or get in. If they're aggressive player, like if they're trying to get into your box like this, and they're like spamming like trying to get in, or they're doing like this exploit, that means that you just have to like pre-fire them, or just have your gun out. Like always have your gun out against aggressive players. And to know the person's playstyle, usually for me it takes like 5 seconds to 10 seconds, based on like the movement and like what they do all the time, because everyone has tendencies. So let's pretend like you just got hit for 100 damage, right? So I just got hit, like I'm healing, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm building another box. Let me heal. And then he starts smacking on your wall. He's like, smack, smack, So what I love to do in every single fight is time. As soon as they break the wall, I shoot. And that's like called pre-fire, right? So as soon as they break it right now, that's when you shoot. Like it's hard to explain without someone. But like, right? And then as soon as they break it, then you shoot them through the wall. So like the enemy's POV is like this, right? They're trying to take the wall, and they're like smack, smack, and then they take it, but you shoot them, like you shoot that in a tiny like time span. You get like a 300 damage, and also if you get hit for 100, you can also like build a bunch of boxes and then heal. But if they're like good at aggressing you, you can like bait the heal and then like do like a surprise edit. But also like I said before, even if you're like boxing up like 100 like boxes, you still have to keep your eyes on the footsteps, the player, or have your cursor on him. So that's how you know. So let's say the person has their pickaxe out. Or, okay, like I said before, body language. So, do they have their gun out? Do they have their building plan out? Do they have their pickaxe out? If they have their pickaxe out, that means they're trying to take the wall. If they have their blueprint out, that means they're trying to... Wait, actually, they probably won't have their blueprint out. Actually, if they have their blueprint out, they're probably trying to take a wall like this. If they have their weapon out, that means they're trying to wait for you to edit. Like this. Like, oh, he just did peanut butter? Like, I'm waiting for you. Like, he just did this? I'm waiting. Like, if they have their weapon out, they're probably just, like, waiting for you to edit. If they have their pickaxe out, they're trying to take the wall. So, they have their pickaxe out. So, yeah. So, if they have their pickaxe out, you just do, like, a wide edit. Approaching the player, like, just going in a space or like just trying to find him. It's not gonna be straightforward. Everyone has different like environments or like there's different players. So approaching the player and then what type of damage are you gonna get? Like, are they jumping around? Are they box fighting? Are they ratty? Like what type of damage? Like, are you gonna get gimmick damage where you do like a weird gimmick, like you do like this or something, and then shoot them? What type of damage? Like, are they jumping around and then you jump around too? And then, so right hand peaks are, in universal in every single fight, almost every mostly every like damage you're gonna get is usually good damage. Like pro player damage is from right hand peaks usually. And body language is so important for reading your opponent. Like just if you want to beat your opponent, you also have to know what they're thinking before they even do it. Then it's the eyeballs. Like I like the fifth thing. The fifth thing is like what your eyes are looking at. So is your crosshair on the opponent? Are you is your crosshair away from your opponent, but you're looking at them with your eyes still? And, oh yeah, are you looking at their footsteps like constantly? Like you have to be looking at one of those things. The sixth thing is, well, I guess the sixth thing is like box fights and like countering the person's playstyle, I guess.